He's got onto the scoreboard first. Watch Leroy Kelly of the Cleveland Browns behind a big, important block by number 66. Hickerson moving to the outside. Butkus tried to get there. He can score. Gabriel again. Finds Sayers behind Jim Houston, the linebacker. This one also goes off.
Roman Gabriel on 2nd and 10 for the West. Figures it into the end zone. Carroll Dale's going for the football. He has it for a touchdown.
Roman Gabriel had to wait a long time before he could finally get one of his deep receivers open and have the time to throw it, and he timed it out beautifully.
This is one of a number of cameras that we have strategically placed today to give you views of a football game that you've never seen before. In addition, we have a camera high in the air, suspended from a 130-foot crane. We also have a man with a camera who's going to try to run right out on the field, get inside the huddle, and give you close-ups of football players you've never seen before. The microphones you're listening through now are normal. However, there are going to be other microphones here today. For example, each of the quarterbacks playing in the game will have a microphone concealed inside his shoulder pads. You'll hear them in the huddle. And the quarterback of the San Diego Chargers, Jack Kemp, number 15 of Occidental College, 6 feet tall, 202 pounds. Your microphone comfortable there, boys?
That's fine, Jim.
All right, good luck to you, Jack.
Thank you very much.
Let's move now into the backfield of the Dallas Texans team. A familiar name starting at quarterback will be number 19, Cotton Davidson of Baylor. You all wired for sound, Cotton?
All wired up. I hope it stays hooked up.
Okay, I think it probably will. We'll do our best. Just about ready to go. The football game underway. There's Jack Kemp, quarterback of the San Diego Chargers. You're going to not only be watching him today, you're also going to be listening to him.
Go full right, 91 quick. Clear one, fire out on the set.
You are in the huddle. Camera by Mike Friedman, audio by Johnny Neal.
4, 101 last hit. 19,
It is the tape play. There's Norton. Brought down at about the 4-yard line. It's going to be another first down and goal to go.
Okay, huddle up, let's go.
There's Sid Gilman, coach of San Diego.
Tight far left, 66, Bob Trey on the set. Get there, punt.
There's the handoff to Lowe. He's got room. He's over. In the football game now for Dallas, their quarterback is Cotton Davidson. You'll be hearing him when the Dallas Texans have the ball.
Forward on 2.
Cotton Davidson running his team. 2nd and 5. Fake the pass and gave on the draw, and that's Jack Spikes barreling through the left side. The shot that you saw him overhead was from our camera, suspended from a cable hanging from a 130-foot crane. It's a shot that nobody has ever seen until just a moment ago when you saw it. George Ratterman has moved over with Texan coach Hank Stram. Let's go over to them now.
Hank, your offense started a little slowly, but it's starting to pick up now. Any particular changes you've made in these last few plays?
No, I think we're firing out a little bit better, George, and we're making a few adjustments on our pattern. I think we'll come to life here and do a lot better job from here on in.
George Radham and I working right on the sidelines today, trying to get just as close to the game as you can. We can't get quite as close as you are, however. Look at that. That's Jack Kemp. An extremely satisfying and a most exciting experience for me, for our executive producer, Rune Arledge, and for all the people who've been associated with us. We want to thank all the people who have helped us along the line. We particularly want to have to thank the thousands of athletes who obviously are the people who made this series possible. You have seen sports perhaps that you haven't seen before. You have seen more than 100 world's records if you've seen every one of our shows. When I said that this is the end of the current series, I mean exactly that. It is not the end of Wide World Sports. We expect to be returning at a date to be announced later. We certainly hope that you'll try to keep your eye open and to be with us when we return to the air. We said it's been a wonderful experience, but right now, this is Jim McKay in San Diego, California, under a beneficent sun.
Solto in Baltimore, Maryland, here at Memorial Stadium, where this afternoon the Baltimore Colts and the 49ers square off in a game that's always a traditional battle. The Colts currently leading the Western Division with a 6-2 record. Had a rest last week after a close finish in defeating the Chicago Bears. The 49ers with a 4-4 record defeated the Dallas Texans in Dallas 26-14. The edge in victories over the years of play are 9-6 in favor of the 49ers, but currently the Baltimore Colts have won 2 national championships and are well on their way to the 3rd. And now here to bring you the official introduction to the 49ers is Bob Fouts.
Thank you, Gordy Soltai. You see the crowd, a tremendous, typical sellout crowd, a boisterous crowd. And here are the 49ers being introduced. Number 88, Clyde Connor at left end, 6'2", 190, 5-year man, COP. At left tackle, Johnny Thomas from COP also, 6'4", 246 pounds, 25 years, 3-year-old veteran. Here's Bruce Bosley, 6'2", 240, 26 years old, 5-year veteran, West Virginia. The center, Frank Morsey, 6'4", 264, 27 years old, 4-year man, Boston College. The right guard, number 62, the rookie from Missouri, Mike Majak, 6'2", 240. And right tackle and captain of the 49ers, Bob St. Clair. There he is, 6'9", 265, biggest man in pro football, 8-year veteran, USF. And at right end, number 85, the All-American from Notre Dame and first draft choice of the 49ers, Monty Stickles, number 85, 6'4", 240. The quarterback will be John Brody, and here's John, 6'1", 186-pounder, 4-year man from Stanford. The left half will be J.D. Smith, number 24, swell fullback, playing in the halfback spot, 6'1", 201, 5-year veteran, North Carolina A&T. The flanker back, number 27, R.C. Owens, 6'3", 190, 4-year man, College of Idaho. And coming out, number 32 will be C.R. Roberts, who scored from 20 yards out last week. C.R. Roberts is 6'3", weighs about 205 pounds. Those are the offensive men for the 49ers. Now the Colts will be introduced between 2 lanes of their bands, and you'll be seeing them in just a moment as the rest of the 49ers come out on the field. The 49er bench across the way, the 49ers in white uniforms, and the Colts will be, of course, in their blue uppers with white pants. There you see the 49er bench, Gordy, and you can just feel the excitement in this crowd, can't you?
Well, this is a tremendously partisan crowd, as it'll be better than almost 58,000. It holds 57,808, but they have standing room all over the place, and I would imagine we'll have close to 60,000 here at Memorial Stadium. It's a beautiful day, about 57 degrees with no wind.
Well, this is sort of San Francisco weather, and I understand on the coast in reverse they've had it kind of bad. Now here the Colt lineup. Offensive left end, Ray Berry, 82, 6'2", 190. The leading pass receiver in the league has caught 52 passes and a total of 9 touchdowns. Jim Parker, 6'3", 275, number 77 from Ohio State, 4-year man. 63, Art Spinney, 6'1", 236, 9-year veteran, Boston College. The center, Madison Nutter, number 50, 6'4", 240, 29-year-old veteran from BPI in his 7th year with the Baltimore Colts. The right guard, Alex Sandusky, number 68, 6'3", 238, 7-year man from Clarion. The right tackle, number 60, you see, George Prius, P-R-E-A-S, 6'2", 255, 6-year veteran BPI. And the right end, another Notre Dame man, number 84, is Mutcheller, 6'1", 204 pounds, 7-year man, Notre Dame. He's caught 10 passes for the Colts this year and 2 touchdowns. And here's your quarterback, Johnny Unitas. Listen to his hand. Johnny Unitas, the leading passer as well as touchdowns are concerned in the league with 19, 6'1", 194. Here is Alex Hawkins, 2-year man from South Carolina, 6'1", 190. The flanker back, Lenny Moore. Big hand for Lenny. And the fullback, 35, Alan Amici, 6'1", 220, the big horse from Wisconsin. And a few boos mixed in with the cheers. There's the offensive unit of the Baltimore Colts as they've been introduced. And in just a moment, we'll see the captains meet the officials in the center of the field, and the game will be underway. Well, Gordy, there you see Red Hickey and the 49er captain, Bob St. Clair. In a moment, we'll have that flip of the coin, the reenactment of the flip. I understand that Baltimore won and will receive. Gordy, there they are.
Well, Gino Marchetti, representing the Colts as their captain, is meeting in the center of the field. 2 ex-University of San Francisco graduates talking with head official Pace, John Pace, who will do the calling today. The Colts have won and will receive. The 49ers will kick off from our right, which is the south end of this Memorial Field here in Baltimore, Maryland. We're on the west side. The Colts will be on the left, which is the north. There's, we said earlier, very little breeze blowing here. Tommy Davis getting ready to set up the ball. Baltimore Colt team. Very explosive, high scoring. With Johnny Unitas at the helm, who has now thrown touchdown passes in 45 consecutive games. Has the Colts currently on the top of the heap in the Western Division with 6-2 record. And now here's Bob Fouts for the play-by-play.
There's Johnny Sample, 44, and Tassif, 23, the kickoff return men. Number 1 in the league is Sample. He has a 33-yard average. He ran one back 94 yards high for the air. And the ball game is underway. Davis sending this one into the end zone about 4 yards deep. Tassif will return to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, and he's hit by Lenny Lyles, number 26 initially, as he crosses the 15, gets to about 17 or 18-yard line.
Any football player or fan wouldn't be human if he were in this stadium and didn't feel the tension that's mounting here, as the fans have already sensed the fact that the Baltimore Colts, if they go on, will be well on their way to their 3rd Western Division title and possibly their 3rd National League title.
Starting lineups as we gave them to you. Johnny Unitas, 1st and 10 at his own 18, has Lenny Moore flanked wide to the left. The ends are tight. Now shifting the fullback spot is Amici. Here is Unitas, and a fumble in the backfield, and Mertens falls on the ball carrier Hawkins as he fumbled that handoff back in about the 12-yard line. So the first play offensively and a fumble, but Hawkins able to fall on it. The ground looks particularly hard, doesn't it, Gordy, out here today?
Well, this will be a real fast track. On that particular play with a tight end and no flanker on the right side, Jerry Mertens was right on the line of scrimmage, and it looked like we had 4 linebackers as they were ready to catch that off-tackle slant.
Linebackers are Kelly Harrison and Hazeltine. All right, Lenny Moore flanks the right side. 2nd and 16, back on the 12 for the Colts. Our second offensive play. Amici shifting in the fullback spot. Berry has spread the left this time. Unitas to pass. Looking for Berry on a look in. He can't get it as he's tackled immediately by Woodson. And that was a fine defensive play by Abe that time. And the crowd, Gordy, booing just a little, thinking that Abe might have committed an interference there.
Well, the number 1 pass receiver in the National League, Ray Berry, running an up and in pattern, had Abe Woodson right on his back, and as that ball got...
Henderson to the left, Washington to the right, and Cap being chased by Buchanan. Now Brown, fumble. Minnesota picks it back up again, and Cap is hurt. Cap trying to get up. Lynch, in a very solicitous fashion, checks him to see if he's all right. First it was Buchanan, and then it was Brown.
Tremendous pursuit by Kansas City. Buchanan, 86, is first. Then Brown, 86, forces him wide. That's Buchanan. 87 is Brown, and he puts the crusher on. The crusher it is.
And Malone, 63, recovered the fumble. Quazzo is in at quarterback. Cap along the sideline. Quazzo, playing for the first time, is faced with 2nd down and 23. He gives the ball to Reed. He's still going. Crosses the 30 before Emmett Thomas threw him to the turf. It'll be a 3rd down play. Garrett Quazzo, the 7-year veteran who played at Virginia, understudied Johnny Unitas in there, quarterbacking the Vikings now with 5:10 left in the game, and Oscar Reed to the sideline. There's Cap being tended to at the bench.
When he went down, it appeared that Aaron Brown, who, as Jack Buck said, weighs 265, landed right on top of his stomach. Probably knocked the wind out of him.
Lindsey is in there for the Vikings, along with Osborne and Brown. Lindsey's in the pass pattern, and Quazzo hits Henderson. First down beyond the 45-yard line with Jim Kearney covering him.
From the Minnesota bench, we have word that it was Cap's left shoulder that was injured in that collision with Aaron Brown. Quazzo had a lot of zip on that ball. There's Cap. Obviously still in pain.
The first down for the Vikings at their own 48-yard line. 4:20 left in the game. Kansas City leading 23-7. Fake to Osborne. Good blocking, and the pass is thrown out of bounds by Quazzo. And you know that he threw that one away intentionally, as Washington was double covered by both Thomas and the linebacker Jim Lynch.
That's the same play that Cap got injured on, that short rollout, except that time Beasley, the tight end, stayed and got a good block on Aaron Brown.
out-of-bounds pass stopped the clock with 4:10 remaining. And the Vikings need some lightning. Henderson right, Washington left. Lindsay is split right. Fake to Osborne. Buchanan is picked off, and so is the pass by Emmett Thomas. Thomas is at the 35, and down he goes. And again, with Bill Brown making the tackle, the Chiefs get the football back once more.
Kansas City's third interception. It's the same pass that Cap had intercepted twice as Quazzo rolls to his left and tries to hit his tight end. This is Lindsay coming across here, and he just couldn't force it in there. Thomas with the interception. Bill Brown's going to make the tackle. A good tackle it is.
There's a timeout with the score. Kansas City 23, Minnesota 7. Let's pause for a moment. And they have the ball on their own 34-yard line with exactly 4 minutes remaining in the game. Dawson is quarterback throughout. Fakes to Hayes and goes to the air, surprisingly. Now he's going to run, even more surprising. And he really ripped. And Dawson got to the earth as quickly as he could as Alan Page and others were after him. He disappeared, didn't he? To the point where the two Minnesota tacklers like to nullify one another. There's Joe Cap along the sideline, and it appears Pat Summerall that he's bounced back from that injury.
So we told you it was his left shoulder that was injured in that collision with Brown. Dawson's lucky he went to the ground that time, because there's no way he could have known that it was Page behind him. And if they'd had a shot at him, he might be in the same shape as Joe Cap.
He ran for a first down to the 45, and the clock is running. 3:12 left. Out of the power I. Arbanis to the right side. Pitch is split left, a long count. And a give to the running back, Wendell Hayes. Now there are 3 minutes left, and Lonnie Warwick made that tackle. This is an attempt to win the second in a row by the AFL. If they pull it off, the Chiefs, this being the 4th Super Bowl, it'll make it 2 wins for each league. What with the consolidation coming about, and the benefactors of all this are going to be the football fans of this country.
Certainly will. I think one of the things a lot of people forget is that the Kansas City Chiefs are a team that's been in existence longer than the Minnesota Vikings. Kansas City 10 years old, Minnesota 9 years old. And it would certainly appear that if they were ever equal, they reached that point right now.
Second down and 11 from the 43-yard line. Arbanis to the right. Otis Taylor is wide right. The give to McVay. McVay spins back to the original line of scrimmage, and the next order of business will be the 2-minute warning. Where the clock is running, the clock is official, and we have 2:05 left. 23-7 in favor of Kansas City. And the 2-minute warning being given at this moment. With the score, Kansas City 23, Minnesota 7. Let's pause.
Down in 2.5 from the 44. And Dawson hits down the sideline. Inside the 40. 27 out of 35 this year. But Centeroo runs it there, and it's good. All right, and a rather tight key. And they run from that, and here comes Smith on the end around. McBee latches onto him. Kansas City 23, Minnesota 7. Cap has to complete this one or have to punt. Tries to get it to Beasley. It's intercepted by the linebacker, Willie Lanier. And Kansas City has the football again. Lanier.
The left tight end. Morrow's going to the air. And right away, dumps it off to the 25. To the 30 is Mackey. Mackey's almost impossible to bring down by one man or two. And he just throws them off like flies. Mackey in the backfield and shifted out of there. Here's the pitch to Matty. Matty roaring to the 50 and into Jet territory. And in 2 plays, the Colts have come from their 27 to the New York Jet 44. Once again, that same setup. Matty, the lone setback. Morrow, time again, throws the same pattern and completes it to the 19-yard line. They blew the whistle, though. That was Tom Mitchell, the tight end, number 84. Boyd will hold. Michaels kicked 18 out of 28 this year. His kick is up, and it is no good. It is no good off to the right. And the Colts, who drove from the 27, were stopped on the Jet 18 and failed to score in the field goal. End over end. Brown handles it on his 21. Trying to get some blocking. Gets outside now. He's got the peel blocking. Matt Snell hit him. Matt Snell, 41, had to bring him down, and they set it up for Brown. Lee gets the ball away a little slowly sometimes. And that one's away, and it's a high, short kick. Going to let it bounce. It takes a Baltimore hop, and New York's going to be in a hole. And he got a great bounce and a very mediocre kick. He's going to throw. It's to Sauer. Sauer is hit. A fumble, and Baltimore recovers. Baltimore recovers, and hitting him was Lenny Lyles that jarred the ball loose. And on the ball was number 55, Ron Porter of Idaho. Jimmy Orr's gone out. Slot left. Morrow's going to throw, and it is intercepted. The Jets intercept. Randy Beverly. The ball was right in the hands of Tom Mitchell. Popped out of his hand, and it's a cutback.
Here's that play again. You see Morrow firing for Tom Mitchell, 84. There's the ball. Great reaction by Randy Beverly. Beverly coming back and saving at least 3 points, possibly a touchdown.
What they're going to be doing a second or two later. Here's a draw to Snell. Snell to the 35. Stays inbound. And is out on his 46. Lenny Lyles. Number 53, Gobbets, calls all the defensive signals. 3rd and 4. Namath fires. It's complete. Right on a line as he hits George Sauer, who went down and then curled back. 2nd down, 7. Here it is, out to Snell, to the 15, to the 10. First down, a fumble. And let's see. Ball's down on the 9. 1st and goal at all. And he may go. He's in there. Snell scores. Or near side, Richardson far side. And it's to Matty. Matty slips away. And Matty is out of bounds. Out of bounds on the New York 42-yard line. And his kick is up. And this one is no good. To the right. That's 2 that Michaels has missed. The Jets on their 21. They're ahead 7-0. Namath firing. A great grab by Sauer. First a pump fake to fool Lyles, and then Sauer making a spectacular catch, and the Jets have the ball. The wind's coming from the far sideline to our sideline. His kick is up, and it is no good. It is to the left, so the field goal kicker's having trouble with his crosswind today. Baltimore on their 26. Tom Matty cutting back and breaking away. He may be caught from behind. And Billy Barrett finally wrestled him down. That's Matty's longest run of the season. Morrow. Slant, intercepted. Intercepted by Johnny Sample. That's the 2nd interception for him. And he hands it over to Willie Richardson. Tom Matty can throw a pass. Back to Morrow. All alone is Jimmy Orr. But they hit down the middle to Matty, intercepted by Jim Hudson. The 3rd interception for New York. The 3rd interception for New York. And Baltimore trying a trick play. They had Jimmy Orr all alone, and they didn't see him. Orr could have walked in. All he had to do was lie. He was wide open at the 10-yard line. Nobody within 15 yards of him, Kyle.
There really wasn't. He was just so wide open. And they saved a scoreless first half.
That's the first time Baltimore has been shut out in the first half this year. So everybody was talking about New York being unable to score, and it's been the other way around. Well, you never know about sports. Now let's see what Baltimore does. Morrow gives the ball to Matty, and Matty fumbles, and it's a New York recovery. Ralph Baker. Berlin Biggs hit him and jarred it loose. And there on the ball is Ralph Baker, number 51, the left linebacker. And the Jets get a break here on the opening play of the second half. It'll be number 31. Namath is hit and dropped back in the 25. Bubba Smith. His pass is, out in the open was Jerry Logan. He had the open field in front of him. Jerry Logan in front of Pete Lammons, and Logan could have gone all the way. And the Colts have had trouble hanging onto the ball today. Once again, we'll bring up, it's a tricky crosswind today. His kick is up, and this kick is good by Jim Turner. Action will continue here at the Super Bowl. The score is the New York Jets 10 and the Baltimore Colts nothing. Sauer spread left. And second down. Namath has the time, shoots the pass and completes it. George Sauer has a first down on the Jet 47. How that Namath can rifle that ball. The kick is good by Jim Turner. Turner, who kicked more field goals than any player in one season in pro history, boots his second of the game. Timeout. Action will continue here at the Super Bowl. The score, the Jets 13 and Baltimore nothing. They now have 16 first downs to 6 for Baltimore. Deep retreat. The long shot to Sauer. He's got it. And Sauer is on the 9-yard line. He had the inside step on Lenny Lyles again. There's your kick, and it is good. Jim Turner has kicked his third field goal of the game. And action will continue here at the Super Bowl. The score, the New York Jets 16 and the Baltimore Colts nothing. Gives Pirelli a lot of credit for his field goal success. Curly Johnson kicking off, and he booms it deep. Preston Pearson fumbles it around, and is going to have to run it out. He gets to the 5. Look out. And he makes a great run. He turned what looked like a disaster into a 32-yard kickoff return. Jets ahead 16-0. Unitas to Matty. Matty following Sullivan. Matty running beautifully. Gets it into New York territory at the New York 37. Willie Richardson to the right, and Matty's in a slot. Here's Unitas. And it is intercepted. Randy Beverly downs it. That's the 4th interception by the Jets in the game. Matt Snell. And that second effort turns him loose to the 40. And the kick is no good. It was to the left. It faded. Third down and a half yard to go. They've had 2 pops to that goal line. Haven't got it over. They give it to Hill, and he goes over. And Baltimore finally gets on the scoreboard with 3:19 to play. And they try it. Look out. Baltimore has the ball. Baltimore has it. Tom Mitchell fell on it. 4th and 5. And this will be it for Baltimore if they don't hit this one. 4th and 5. Unitas back. His pass incomplete. And the Jets take over. There's been nothing but praise of Shula and the Baltimore team all the way. And they're to be praised. All right, here's Unitas again. The pass to Richardson. He has the ball. The game is over. The New York Jets are the world champions. They have upset the Baltimore Colts and beat them handily here today. They not only defeated them, but held them. Here's Shula going over. They shut out the Jets, or the Colts, till the last.
A week ago, Paul Chrisman and Ray Scott were here in Minnesota watching the Rams play the Minnesota Vikings. The next day, Jack Buck and I were in Dallas, where Dallas was favored over the Cleveland Browns. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of that game. First time Cleveland had the ball, they were forced to punt. Don Cockcroft got out of a high short punt. Bob Hayes had signaled for a fair catch. The lineman down underneath never saw the ball. The ball bounced off Rayfield Wright. Cleveland recovered, and you could almost see Dallas wilt at that point. Bill Nelson went right to work. To Warfield, who had a great day. This in the early minutes of the first quarter. Nelson again, this time a dump right over the middle to Morin. And this sets up the first Cleveland touchdown. And here is the touchdown, the one that gave Cleveland a 7-0 lead, a block by Kelly in front, and Bo Scott gets in. He's their new fullback. He replaced Ron Johnson. Nelson again in action. He fakes the end sweep to Kelly, a maneuver that he used throughout the day. He finds Morin again. It seems that Morin always has big days against Dallas. Nelson, spectacular throughout the day. This time to Warfield at the 1. Cleveland was penalized 5 yards because of backfield in motion after this, so now they're back at the 6. They put this play in the day before the game. Nelson to his tight end Morin, 89. Cleveland got the ball in the closing seconds of the first half after Dallas had to give it up. Nelson fired strike again, this time to Warfield in the middle. Cleveland throws to a wide variety of receivers, as you'll see. Morin clears the area. Nelson throws down the middle to Bo Scott. Scott fumbles, and it's recovered by their offensive center, Fred Hoagland. They got a field goal just after that from Don Cockcroft, and at halftime it was 17-0. The Cleveland Browns over Dallas, and Dallas fans hoped that something could take place at halftime that might get their team back on the right track. Such was not to be the case. In the early moments of the third quarter, Craig Morton, who had a tough day for Dallas, back to pass. Must be excellent coverage. Fine rush by Cleveland, and Houston intercepts and rambles down the sideline some 33 yards before they can get him down. Nelson went right back to work. He lost none of his sharpness at halftime. Screen pass to Kelly. Behind excellent blocking down in front. Kelly almost got in. Now, from the end zone, the second touchdown of the day by Cleveland fullback Bo Scott. That's Bob Lilly coming across in front of him, and that should give you some indication of the strength that Scott possesses. Nelson on a draw to Leroy Kelly. A fine block in front by Gary Collins, number 86, as you can see on Cornell Green. That's just at the end of the third quarter, beginning fourth quarter. Kelly gets his touchdown. That made it Cleveland 31, Dallas 7 at that point. This is the place we told you that they like to work on Cleveland. Walt Sumner intercepts. 88 yards later, Cleveland has its 37th and 38th point, as Don Cockcroft's extra point was good. And that's the way it was at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, pretty much a one-sided affair, 38-14, the final score. The day before, it was different here, wasn't it, Paul?
Pat, you had a lot of spectacular plays, a lot of running up and down the field, a lot of long passes, all that spectacular type of football. It was a kind of a grind-em-out football game here in the stadium at Minnesota. And here are the highlights here. This is Joe Kapp throwing to Washington to the outside, who falls and slips out of bounds there. The field, incidentally, was not frozen, but the field around was, right at the edge of the sideline. Here's Kapp again, and watch this. Washington once again on a crossover, and now Kapp throwing off the wrong foot again, as he so often does. Watch him now. Hits Washington, who keeps both feet in bounds, and that's the one that took them down to their first touchdown. This is Osborne. This is called second effort. Watch him now. He'll roll. He'll claw his way into that end zone. He does. That's a touchdown right there. We are at the half now, and despite the fact that we have shown you Viking highlights, the Vikings went into the dressing room behind 17-7. So we better pick up the second half highlights here, and this is Joe Kapp throwing to Washington. Watch, he'll make the catch, get up to run, and Pardee hits him and is penalized for doing so. There's quite a bit of discussion on this play. Now watch Kapp back to throw, and this is why he is so very valuable. He cannot find a receiver. Watch what he does. Down to the 1-yard line and puts him in great scoring position. Here's Osborne again. Watch him hit hard into this end zone now, being led by Bill Brown. In he goes. Here's Osborne again. Now watch him roll here. He stopped. They need a first down. They need a couple of yards. He stopped, apparently cold. He rolls on, picks up about 4 yards, and a very vital first down. Here's Kapp again now, taking him into scoring position. Once again, can't find a receiver. Watch what he does. Fine runner. He's directing traffic here now, telling the blockers out ahead of him to help out. Down to the 4-yard line. Watch the blocking. You can barely see it in the left corner of your screen. Kapp on a rollout, and he gets great blocking ahead of him. Nobody touches him till he just gets to the goal line, and it's too late there. This is Roman Gabriel now. Carl Eller knocking him into the end zone for a safety. We're going to show you that in slow motion. Mr. Eller, 81, this great defensive end. Watch him go by Bob Brown, a fine offensive blocker, and pick off Gabriel right here. He was heading backwards, knock him into the end zone, and those were the last 2 points that the Minnesota Vikings scored. And, Pat, that's the way it went from here.
Two entirely different type of games. Paul and I'll take a stab at evaluating these two teams in just a moment as the NFL Today continues.
38-yard run in the first quarter by Lenny Moore. There are other 3 points coming on Myra's 14-yard field goal. Bratkowski has thrown 2 touchdown passes to Carroll Dale and to Dwayne Allen, and Bratkowski ran a touchdown himself from 5.5 yards out. Second down, 13 to go. Lenny Moore, flanker out to the right. Or wide left. Unitas out to Lenny Moore. And he is dropped by Clendon Thomas at the 35-yard line. First down. Colts have called time. Eddie Metter, the left halfback on defense for the Rams, was shaken up. Albert Kimbrough, the rookie from Northwestern, has replaced him. Moore is the flanker to the right. First down, Baltimore on their own 36. Unitas back. He is missed in there by Lobatier. Intercepted by Kimbrough. And they're claiming now that he caught it out of bounds. So ruled an incomplete pass. Big rush that time by John Lobatier. Seconds to go in the second quarter. The Rams leading 24-10. Eddie Metter back in the ballgame now in place of Kimbrough at left half on defense. Moore flanker to the right, or spread to the left. Unitas back. Intercepted by, batted down incomplete by Charlie Brett. It was intended for Lenny Moore. Brett went up to get it, but then he was upended by Lenny Moore, and Moore was shaken up a bit. So it'll be third down now. 3rd and 10. The Rams have done a real 3rd and 10. Big play here. Lenny Moore sets as a flanker out here to the left. Jimmy Orr spread to the right this time. Unitas back. Throws to Lenny Moore. Hook pass at the 50. Now look at him go. And he is brought down at the 41-yard line by Marlon McKeever, number 86. Hit him first. A little more than a minute to go, and it's Baltimore first down in the Ram 40, and they have Mike Sumner in there in place of Matty at halfback. Unitas back. He is chased by Lundy and Big John Baker, and they nail him at the 50. As the Ram deep secondary.
36, California.
All right, Lenny Moore flanked to the right. Jimmy Orr spread to the left. Second down and 20 at the 50. Handoff is to Summer. And he's forced out of bounds by Eddie Metter.
Loss of 2, 3rd and 22, after 48.
Now the end's in tight, and flanker to the right. Top of the screen is Lenny Moore. Here's Matty on a reverse, hands off to Lenny Moore. Brought down by Lyndon Crow at the 33-yard line. Out to the right now. Ends in tight. First down on the Ram 19-yard line. Pitch out is to Perry, and looks like he's going to throw the ball. Incomplete, intended for Lenny Moore. Minute to play. 26 Summer, a flanker to the right. Lenny Moore lined up at right half. Joe Perry at full. Unitas back. And he is nailed at the line of scrimmage. 9-yard line. Or flank to the right. Summer is the...
Big decisions are being made right at this moment on the sidelines between Morrill and Sherman. They can control the clock. They have one timeout left. They can control the clock with the pass, with either the incompletion or the completion. And now we'll see what information Morrill will bring to the Giant huddle.
Second down and 5. The ball at the 24-yard line. Nobody has left Franklin Field. Schaffner left. Thomas right. Morrison on the left. Fredrickson cuts back in and slides down close to the 16-yard line. The clock running, 50 seconds left. It is a first down for New York.
And they're hurrying back to that huddle. Obviously, Moore will probably call the pass play. With that single timeout left, he'd like to throw the pass play. If the receiver's open, he'll hit him. If not, he'll throw it to where it will stop the clock.
Tucker Fredrickson almost floated his way into the end zone. He's out of bounds and down about the 5-yard line. 20 seconds left. There's the clock as the Giants call timeout at the 4-yard line. Philadelphia 14, New York 13. 20 seconds left in the ball game. Earl Morrall goes over to talk with Ollie Sherman. A great football game with the score.
A big split in the backfield between Banaszak and Dixon. Slavonica calls signals on second down. Dropping straight back to throw. Has time. Fires for Bolitnikov. He is going to get inside the 5. Touchdown as Johnny Sample missed a tackle at the 10.
And there's the play. That's the play that John Sample must stop, or you're not going to beat the Oakland Raiders. A simple post pattern. Bolitnikov goes downfield about 7, then takes it over the middle.
8 minutes, 3 seconds to go. Maynard right. Sauer flanked right. Lammons on the left. Namath back to throw. Namath with lots of time, going with the wind for Maynard. And he's got it! Brought down from behind by Atkinson at the 9-yard line. 23-20 is the score. Oakland, 7 minutes, 54 seconds to go. Namath takes the handoff to Snell. Looking in trouble, now firing into the end zone. Touchdown, Maynard.
They ran through the end zone. By the way, there was some doubt about footwear, but they are wearing regular football shoes. 2nd and goal at the Cleveland 7 for the Vikings. Brown. The fake was to Brown. Joe Cap kept the touchdown. Cap, I believe, wanted to give the ball to Bill Brown.
Watch, it's a busted play. This is the best bust in the world, 6 points. They ran into each other. He's supposed to go off tackle, and the defense moved to take Brown. Instead, Cap right up the middle, and you see what happened. 6 points.
Fred Cox with Krause holding will try for the 7th point. A penalty marker is down. Offside, Cleveland. It's declined. The extra point stands at 7-0 Minnesota. We'll be back with the Vikings.
Receiver, and there's no doubt, I'm sure, that Tarkenton is well aware that from this point he's going to have to throw the ball. Keep in mind, Herman, again, with those fine moves, very effective, down in close. Herman to the right, Jones to the left.
And as you called it, Frank, a post pattern down and in, and it is all tied up.
There it is. John Herman, right between defenders, Ursel McVie and Roy Winston on the left side, and Fran Tarkenton, cool as an iceman, drilling the ball in between defenders. We'll look at it again. Herman right between defenders, Tarkenton zipping it in there. They say he can't throw from the pocket, Jack.
59 seconds left. Gogolak to try to put New York ahead for the important extra point.
He has one to his credit of 46 yards. It would appear this will be from about 47 or 48. Lee Calland is back inside the 10 for the Bears. We'll watch from behind the goalpost. At the 47 of the Bears, Starr is holding. Well, it may be a little bit trite to say it, Paul, but certainly the foot's been in football here tonight as far as the Packers are concerned.
He's kicking this thing like it's going out of style. He had plenty of room to spare on that one from 47.
The Packers have scored 31 points now in 2 games, and he's scored all but 6. Now, that's Winkler kicking off. This is Gordon running for it at the 6. Out to around the 30. And ridden down by Leon Harden is Dick Gordon, and Jack Buchanan, the Chicago Bear quarterback, will put the ball in play from the Bear 30.
9 to go for Dallas on the Houston 28. Well, Jack Spites has been a key performer today for the Dallas Texans, injured most of the year. So far, playing his finest game of the season. When it counts in the championship game, Abner Haynes flanked wide right. The two big fullbacks are deep. It's a fake to McClinton. Dawson throwing to Haynes. He's got it to the 20. He's under the 5, and he's over. Haynes scores. Abner Haynes, a remarkable performer who can hurt you from any place on the field in many ways. Caught that ball on the 20, and you saw him stay in bounds and go over for the touchdown. That's the 20th touchdown he scored this year, by the way. So Dallas is now leading 9-0, and they score here with 14:33 to go in the first half. Tommy Brooker will attempt the kick. Dawson is holding. And the kick is good. So the score at Jefferson Stadium, the Dallas Texans 10 and the Houston Oilers nothing.
Redskins were 5-9 last year with that passing game. That too is indicative of why he might like to make a change. Long is wide to the right. Taylor is foot left a couple of yards. It's 3rd down and 7. They fake the draw to Dwyer. And the long he ran away from Mike Rieger. Number 28, the safety man. I wish I had said what I was going to earlier, Pat. They haven't thrown to that tight end very much in this first half. And that's one of the very best. Here it is again. Smith just leaving, number 87. And the draw fake is what kept, what might have pinned Rieger just a little bit and kept the linebackers out of the pass coverage picture. So the seesaw battle now finds Washington on top with 1.5 minutes left in the half. The score is 9-7. With Brig Owens holding the ball, Charlie Gogolak will try to make it 10-7. With that soccer-style kick of his. Up and through. 10-7 it is in favor of the Redskins. Looked like he was trying to give it to Matty, but Matty wasn't expecting it. By the way, as we're talking about Tom, he has tied a record for the most touchdowns scored in one game. 3. The record held by 2 Cleveland players, Otto Graham in 1954 and Gary Collins against Baltimore in 1964.
From 2.5 yards out, now Mackey splits to the outside, and Morrill throws for 6 to Mackey, and he's missed the ball. Jim Houston, the linebacker, was covering there, and the ball was nicely thrown by Morrill, but Mackey missed it, and now a field goal situation. 4th and goal from 2.5.
Houston just barely gets a hand up, and I think obstructs Mackey's view so that he can't see the ball coming. I don't believe Houston really hit it. Mackey is open early.
2nd and 6 now for Green Bay from about the New York Giants 21. The delay to Horning. And you can see just how tough it is to bring him down. It was Forrest Gregg who blocked on that running play. And Horning is down near the Giants' 16-yard line. Modulewski and Huff. Vince Lombardi, the head coach in his 3rd year at Green Bay, was greatly worried that Horning, number 5, would not have his usual timing for today's championship game. So he certainly will always have that determination that has made him the All-American and All-Pro that he is. Paul Horning, who scored the first touchdown, climaxing an 80-yard drive, is at the halfback spot on the right side now, as the Green Bay Packers have a 3rd down and 2 at the New York Giants 17. This is Horning again. And Horning is to the 15, and maybe enough for the first down. 82 Scott, Morrison 40. Blocking on that play, the left guard, Thurston. First down, Green Bay. Packers getting their 7th first down. The Giants unofficially have only 2 thus far in the first half with 6 minutes to go. and Green Bay leads 14-0. Now, with a 1st and 10 from the New York Giants 15. Starting the drive at the Giants 36 after an interception by Henry Greminger. Bart Starr, number 15, sends $86 to the far side, and McGee as the flanker back to the near side with Horning up close. It is Taylor that carries. Robicelli and Scott, the linebacker and defensive end on the near side for the Giants, and Greer, the right tackle, in on the play. But Taylor is to the 14-yard line, a pickup of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first half. Packers scoring. Horning driving 7 yards. With his point after, the Packers that came back after a Nitschke interception to go 34 yards in 6 plays. Starr to Dowler, 13 yards, and now the Packers with a 2nd down and 9 are at the Giants 14. There's a pass to Ron Kramer. To score touchdown. Horning's point after is good. With the score, Green Bay 21 and New York nothing.
And it is a short kick from Smith. Adderley at the 6. Across the 10, running to his right. Across the 15, cuts back up to the center of the field and gets to the 25-yard line where he is hard up there. It'll be 1st and 10 for Green Bay. Mark Starr calling signals on the first play of the game. Jim Taylor picks up 2 or 3 yards, going over his own right side. Dale to the right, McGee to the left. Starr dropping straight back. Here as he goes, has the ball. It is McGee, touchdown. Stepped right by a defensive back and one of the linebackers who had to step off. And Max McGee. It was Gerald Hedrick who had a hand on him, but McGee simply ripped his way out of his grasp. And it's a 37-yard touchdown play. A great catch by Dale to the right. 1st down from the 13. Starr fakes the handoff. Looks, has time. Throws in the end zone. Great catch by Max McGee. Off one hand. And it's a touchdown for the Green Bay Packers. And again, the pass off of the play action with Bart Starr first faking the running play to one of his running backs, then stepping back and hitting McGee in the end zone. Two fine fakers as quarterbacks here, not only great passers, but both